One question which I being asked these days is, if the Indian market is so high, is it time to look at other markets? I mean, largely the question is, can I afford to have a only India equity kind of a portfolio? The answer is mixed. Beyond a particular amount, maybe 1 million US dollar, that is about 8 crores, maybe you should look for more diversification. Otherwise, it may not be necessary for you to diversify your assets. However, if you're based out of US or Australia or Gulf, you may be interested in more products which are being offered to you. Can you do it in India? Yes, you can do it in India. There are some Indian mutual funds which also invest in assets abroad. For example, Templeton, DSP, HDFC, I think all of them have funds, PPFAS, they all have funds which also invest abroad. Is that enough diversification? I really don't know. But because say 10 years later, it looks like the US market gave you better returns than the Indian market. Does it mean you will sell all your Indian stocks and put it in the US? Very, very unlikely, right? Especially if you are based in India. We have this home bias. Everybody has this home bias. Warren Buffett has a home bias that he invests mostly in the US. John Templeton was an exception. He went and invested abroad and he made money. So there's no one theory which says it's right or wrong. But today you have an opportunity to invest in foreign markets, but beware, the taxation is extremely cruel. Like if you put money in a indexed fund, let's say a developed market index fund, or a fund of funds which invests in different countries, it invests in Taiwan, in Japan, in China, in the US, and the fund manager takes a view when to sell Japan, when to buy China and things like that, then the taxation rates are very high, right? It is added as current income. So let's say you are doing an SIP of 1 lakh. These are ideal funds to do SIP, right? So you do an SIP of 1 lakh per year for say 12 years or say 5 years. So you have accumulated 60 lakhs. Now that 60 lakhs has become 2 crores. Now 60 to 2 crores. So if you sell the whole 2 crores, on that 1 crore 40 lakhs is added to your income. Period. No indexation, no, it is of course capital gains tax, but still it is added to your total income. So on that you will pay 34% tax or whatever is your slab. So is it now attractive? Maybe no. But if you say that my son is 3 years old and I want to put an SIP in a global advantage fund which will allocate between various markets, maybe it's not a bad idea, because at the end of the period maybe it will be taxed at better rates, but right now the taxation rates are not very favorable. Similarly, in long bonds, suppose you want to put in a long bond fund which is 2045 maturity, right? So you got 21 years to go. Obviously when you withdraw in the year of 2045, when it matures, obviously you will pay a lot of tax, because all the matured amount will come to tax on the same day. So what you can do technically is to keep withdrawing regularly. Whenever 2042, 2043, 2044, right, you keep withdrawing, and then you hope that the company extends it, and so that you can keep your money in it. However, right now I would not do it, simply because I think the taxation rates are very bad. The whole thing will get added to your income. You're much better off investing in a multi-asset fund or somewhere where you know that you will be charged 20%, you will be charged 20% tax with indexation, or 10% tax without indexation. At least there is clarity as to how it will be taxed. Here you're a little confused as to how it will be taxed, because if it is taxed as regular income, it is not worth accumulating money in such assets, because you'll never be able to withdraw. You can only die and hope that your heirs, when they get it, they don't mind it, simply because they can sell it when the tax rates or tax conditions are more favorable. Are there chances that in India there will be no tax on equity and equity taxation will go to nil? Chances are, I think, extremely bleak. I don't think it is going to happen. We finished that lucky period of not having any capital gains tax, but now it's part of history. Very unlikely that you will get that back. So just forget that. Pay your taxes where necessary, but where not necessary, continue to stay in your existing portfolio, and there will be no need for you to make any changes. If you need to make changes, then maybe you could redeem some of the mutual funds, not all. Thank you.